Hello there watchy people, how is it going? Welcome back to Kaine Flogs with me, Kaine83. We haven't done a vlog for quite a while because I still haven't got a camera yet that actually sits on the quad and flies, which I feel is quite important because I think it's pretty dull looking at footage of a drone kind of flying in the distance, really tiny on the screen. And so I don't want to bore you guys with that, but I have been flying it. I've been out probably 5 or 6 times since the last vlog, and yeah, I've been flying and I'm getting better. I can actually fly it like reasonably well now. But this update is just to show you that I have got my soldering iron out, and I've done a few bits. So if I can turn around the camera, I will show you what I've done. Okay guys, so this is the inside of my FPV goggles. So normally I'm looking down that way through there at the screen, and normally there is another half on top, obviously. But this is basically what was here before. This circuit board here and the screen, and then all of these bits are new, because I've put them in. So yeah, basically this is the receiver. So you've got the power coming in from the battery to there, and then you've got all of the video and audio signals, or video rather, only signals, going out through this cable and into the monitor. And that's your whole thing. You've obviously got buttons down here that you push when you're using it, and the aerial connection that are connected as well. But that's the fundamentals of it. And what I have done is I have tapped into this circuit here. Let me get something pointy. Here we go. I've got a screwdriver here. I'll do my best to point things out to you. But yeah, so this pin here where you see this white cable connected, and this pin here where you can't, because of the lighting, quite see a black cable connected. Can you? Well, it's in there, I promise you. Yeah, you can see this black cable here. It's connected to the end pin, and the white one here. So that's the audio feed out. This receiver does have the ability to receive audio, but they've only wired it up for video for some reason. So I've done that. I've then run the cables all the way around the back, past the screen, past the LCD screen that they use. And the power cables, I've tapped into the power as well as those two. So the power cables come to here, which is a power distribution board, which is actually from a quad itself. And all that does is steps down 12 volts. Let's try and focus on that again, if it will. Come on, focus. Damn thing. 12 volts here, and it converts that down to 5 volts at the bottom. So the 5 volt power is coming out via this red and black cable, which is actually stretched. I hadn't meant for that to be stretched like that. I might have to reroute a couple of these things, or maybe you can just push those wires down. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to jerk the camera away there, but yeah, so those wires are the power wires, which then power this, which is an amplifier, and the amplifier goes through here to a little volume control, and these are the ones I showed you earlier, the white and the black coming through as the audio input, and then that red cable on the back there is joining the left and the right channels together, because it's only a mono output on this board. So I've now converted mono into dual mono. It's not stereo obviously because it's coming from one source. But yeah, so those two are now joined together as left and right. And then I have wired in a headphone socket on the other side of that. And so now when I'm flying my quad, I can hear what the motors are doing. which is actually really important, it turns out, because once the quad gets out of your visual range, let's move the headset now actually. Once the quad gets out of your hearing range, it's remarkable actually how much you rely on your hearing to hear what the motors are doing, because whilst you're pushing the stick up and down on the controller, you don't have any feedback physically. So like when you put your foot on a car accelerator, you can feel the car move because you're in it, and so you know what effect that's having. But with a joystick, it's not connected in any way, and you're not on board the vehicle, so you can't feel what it's doing. So therefore you need audio input as well, so that you can understand what's going on. So what I've done is I have replaced the camera that came with the Wizard. Wow, it really doesn't want to focus today, does it? Let's turn the brightness up just a little. Where are we? Come on. There we go. Focus on there. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, close enough. Right, so I've replaced that camera with a Runcam Swift 2, which has an onboard microphone at the back. Back meaning that you won't get as much wind noise off of it. And I've rewired that down through there to the video transmitter, and I've also in the process ditched the two carbon sides, so I no longer have any sides on this thing, so it's nice and light, and all of those components get cooled by the wind. So yeah, it's looking good, and now it functions better, and now I can hear what's going on. So when it's out of my hearing range, this antenna, as well as sending the video, also sends an audio signal which comes into the goggles, out of the headphone socket, and into my ears. So that's really exciting for me anyway. I can now do an awful lot more. I haven't tried this out yet. I've tested it on the bench. I know that the sound is coming through. I plugged in my little mini speaker into it and listened, tapped the microphone, so I know that the noise is coming through. I know that it's working, but I haven't flown with it yet, and that's going to be an interesting experience actually, to see what that's like, and whether having an earpiece in and hearing the motors is going to be confusing when the drone is actually close enough for me to hear as well. I don't know. So we're going to try it and we'll see what happens, and I will update you when I have done that, hopefully with a camera on the drone so that you can see. But in the meantime, here's a couple of shots I took of taking off one of my last flights, because why the hell not? Bye!